I would like to say welcome to you all to this new episode of the AfriTech Connect, where discussions unfold to explore the forefront of spatial technology, project management, inclusive leadership, and wellness within the vibrant AfriTech community and beyond. And I want to remind you all that are here on the call, panelists, or even in the audience, that the AfriTech Connect space is a space for us all. So feel free to take as much space as you need. So I introduce myself. I'm Anne-Gaëlle Carré, but you can call me Anga. And today's core theme that we are going to be discussing will be around project management. And the title of this episode is Managing the Dream and Turning Ideas into Impactful Projects. And of course, I will be joined on this call by two amazing women that I'm very happy to call my friends in real life. So, with us tonight, we have Karuna Veerapen Goinden. So, just for you to have a sense of how amazing she is, Karuna Veerapen is the founder and director of Codepiale and Warrant, and is a passionate entrepreneur who believes that each one of us is gifted with a talent that can only be unearthed with the correct determination. Karuna has a background in textile technology and marketing. She is the managing director of Codepiale, as I said, and Karuna's thirst for knowledge has no boundaries. From craftsmanship to business leadership, to social entrepreneurship, to sustainable processes, she tries it all to lead her company. Thank you so much, Karuna, for being with us tonight. Also with us,
Welcome.
do you have a little hello message for the crowd or for me and Sarah?
Me. Hi, everyone. Sarah, it's such a pleasure to share this moment with you. And I hope that you can be part of the AfriTech Fellows very soon.
Thank you, Karuna. Also with us, we have Sarah Coowar, who is 26, like me, and is the visionary founder and director of Decobaz, a vibrant women-led company in Mauritius empowering children through creativity. What began as a DIY hobby on Facebook at only age 16 evolved into a full-time business that now includes four full-time staff and 30 freelancers. Decobaz run two departments, which is Decobaz Nutibaz, offering enriching holiday outings and after-school programs, and Decobaz Événementiel, which is specializing in unique children's events and entertainment. Passionate about holistic development, Sarah is committed to helping kids thrive socially, emotionally, and academically, ensuring each child finds joy, purpose, and inspiration through hands-on learning. Thank you so much, Sarah, for being with us today.
Thank you.
Do you have a little message for us before we dive
You
into
could not
the
have
questions?
introduced my business or myself better than that. So, hi everyone. I said it all. So, this is me.
So, as I said, I'm very, very glad to have both Kauna and Sarah within my community around me. And I've seen both of them, maybe Sarah a little bit more since we were in school together. I've seen both of them grow as a woman, as an entrepreneur. And when I was thinking about this conversation tonight, I wanted to really showcase how wonderful they are, but also showcase how unique they are. And I'm very happy that they both answered yes to this call. So we'll won't be um, going any further. So we'll start now with the questions. And just for us to kind of get a sense of who we are talking to and how you yourself see your business, I want to start with a very, I mean, I'm saying easy, maybe it's not as easy for you to answer. An easy question, which is if your brand or business were a person at a party, what kind of guests would they be? So maybe Karuna, if you want to start.
Yeah. So I don't have any name in my mind right now for the personality, but so I think it would be somebody who is fun, who is passionate, who is impactful and interesting. So, and like somebody very talkative as well. Who you would like to hang out during the party?
Okay. Thank you so much. You pretty much described
So
yourself.
this
So
is the
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
person might be.
So cute. That's cool. And you, Sarah, what were you saying?
Then Decobas at a party would be like someone very dynamic, someone extremely talkative, someone without boundaries, a very kind of innocent, but like, the sunshine in the space. That's how I look at Decobas today. The teen version of myself.
Okay, so I know that person very well as well. And I would say the way you describe it is kind of a mix between the teen version of yourself, but also into the woman that you've grown into, because you're saying a very calm. I mean, I don't remember you as a teen being calm. So I would say this side is definitely you growing up.
Not calm,
Okay, innocent. Okay.
innocent. I didn't have like a business plan or a vision or anything like that. I was 16. I just wanted to have some pocket money. I created a Facebook page. That's it. It ended here. I think all the decoration side and all that came because I have luckily had birthday parties since I'm 2 or 3 years old, all themed, all well decorated. So I think this is what brought me kind of into this field. I have been very curious about everything that comes up to DIY. At that time, DIY was like the popular thing that first came out. And but when it comes to the kids, I think what inspires me the most for any services I'm bringing out for the kids is thing that I didn't have as a child, and I just want to give that to other children. For example, why I do bring up like the after school. I want parents to, when they pick up their child afterwards, homeworks have been done and they can spend quality time with their kids. What I do create, like I do propose workshops, is because at my age, I have apart from tuitions, I have not participated into any dance lesson or even scoot, nothing about that. It was only school tuition, school tuition. So maybe my parents weren't aware of that or something like that. So I just want to propose as many activities as I can. So parents can say, okay, I do have the choice to send my kids to some different places in Mauritius.
That's really interesting. And I like that you're sharing that because I feel like sometimes when trauma happens to us or where something happens to us, we tend to replicate that. And only few people choose to heal from it and make it something beautiful. And I like that you were saying that it's okay, I didn't have it, but that doesn't mean the rest of the world does not need to have it. And
Don't have it.
I I
Have to
never
them.
actually I never actually thought of an after school being like make sure that the work is done so that when the kids is home they can just spend quality time. I love that. I love that sentence that you just said, how they can just spend quality time with their family. That's really nice. And I saw Karuna actually being like, when you say that. As a mom, I don't know if you want to bounce on that,
Yeah,
Karuna.
that might be a solution. I saw her post. I saw her post recently regarding the after, like I say it might be interesting, like for some
If I
cute
can do some
activities for,
marketing, meanwhile,
yeah.
why
Yeah,
not?
I think it's a very good idea because the kid would not be in school where he's bored like for the rest of the day. So it's going to be another kind of environment, but it's not home. How can we subscribe?
Send you afterwards. I'll call you after that. No worries. I got you.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to contact Sarah, feel free to do so. So sorry, I've switched off my camera because there seem to be some connection issues on my side. So I've switched off my camera just to make sure that the bandwidth is not being eaten too much. But I will be turning now to you, Karuna. So with Code Piale, you've managed to merge
Yeah.
sustainability and cultural pride through fashion. So, how did this vision come together for you, and why choose clothing as your canvas?
So basically, as I said in my bio, is like I studied textile. This is why my basic interest is from. This is what I study. This is what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about fabric. How is it made? The new cuts. Like you give me a piece of fabric, I can tell you what it's good for. And so I went to work like after studies, the first company I went to was a big industry in Mauritius, and I could see the processes, how fast fashion was going on, and there was like all these big international brands which were made in Mauritius, but for us, we didn't really have something which is directly linked to our identity, our language, something that can speak to us. And also at that time, when I started to work, my sister was not in Mauritius; she was in Australia studying. And I started to have money, and I wanted to send her like gifts from Mauritius. And at some point, I realized that there was nothing that has the Mauritian identity that I would like to give to my sister. And so this idea keep on bubbling and bubbling and bubbling till after I left this company, and I joined a few more companies, and we made good quality. And so we wanted Copiale also to be sustainable and eco-conscious, because I know how polluting textile can be, big industries, and how much resources are already available that you can use and reuse. And further to that, one, as I don't know if you know, in fact, Copiale has an initiative where you can bring back your old Copiale products if you're done with it, so that it doesn't go into the landfill. So now we didn't really have a place to return and to resell the second-hand Copiale products. And I realized that we do have a big issue of high textile consumption in Mauritius, and secondhand is starting to come. There is a few companies already doing the secondhand reselling, like secondhand clothing. And this is an extension also. So Worn, this is how Worn was born. And voila, I hope I replied to everything you asked. Is it?
Yeah,
Did I
thank
touch
you.
everything?
Yeah, you did. Thank you so much, Karuna. And I think very weirdly enough, I thought I already knew Kopiali history, but clearly I did not. And I just learned about it now, and it's very
Thanks.
nice. And I wish I could, I mean, maybe, I don't know if my connection is gonna jump again, but I can proudly say that this AfriTech shirt is a Kopiali, no, Kopiali here, Kopiali shirt. So we are very proud of you, just so you know. And yeah,
Yeah.
so I love the part where it's also sustainable, because this is something that is becoming a major issue now, and even more in fashion. And some people, I mean, like for me, I'm very eco-friendly in a lot of stuff, and I feel like clothing has also been a big part of my life. So you came in at the right time. So thank you. Thank you so much for this initiative and for all the things you're doing. Sarah wants to say something.
Can
Just
I
jump
just
in.
add something? Yes.
Yes.
I just wanted to add something about Karuna's answer. A long-time client of Kutpiali, uh, about 5 years
Yes.
now. And there's something that I wanted to add. which strikes to me, it's the cultural pride that Kotkali shows throughout its clothing brand. The one simple example is, today touristic clothing can be found everywhere, anywhere in Mauritius, but it's like the basic things. You put a dodo, you write Mauritius, you put something, that ends here. As if I'm very proud of our big bird, but as if it's only the thing that represents Mauritius, but it's not.
It's
and
not.
and Karuna take the time to write like the real Mauritian Creole in her shirts. Sometimes through her shirt, through her clothing, I have been able to learn Mauritian expressions. So, and the other thing that I think people don't tell you enough, but today I want to tell you that the cultural pride, not only through your fashion, but through how you run your business. Even, for example, if today I don't have much money to go to Kirkcaldy, I will try and find, and I will go to Kirkcaldy because of Karuna's welcoming smile, because of how
Oh,
she
you're so
welcomes
kind. Thank
people.
you.
This shows absolutely how you can be from any culture. She will welcome you with her smile, and this is a real Mauritian and a Mauritian welcoming style.
I agree. I
I
second
agree.
that.
I agree.
Very true. And I'm sure a lot of people will agree with us. So you should know that by now, Kauna. But yeah, I think it's
Um,
very, very true. Go
but it's
ahead.
crazy because I like with my busy days, I kind of forget like how it started and like how like what people still appreciate with the brand today. Because there's a lot of people who know me, a lot of people who talk to me and say it like Sarah would tell me, and a lot of people who I don't know them. They are very new, and I don't know why. And I still ask myself, it's still a daily challenge to know why do people walking in the shop, what can I do more?
Mhm.
And like today I had an experience where actually a guy, like, he came, I was like finishing all my papers, and he just came in and he would say, I bought something today because of you. And I say, oh wow, I didn't hear that since a long time ago. Because
This is
I'm
what
I'm
gives you the
sales,
boost.
sometimes I'm into management, I'm into like so many stuff, and I don't greet that much anymore, but people do appreciate that. And thank you.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, sometimes you go into a shop and someone is just telling you, are you going to buy something? So then you're like, well, maybe I wanted to, but now I don't want anymore. But you actually,
You
like
just want
Sarah
to go
said, you
to
actually
Kirkale,
welcome.
have a tea, have a chat with Karuna. That's
Yeah.
it. You go
It's
sometimes just
fine.
with
This make your
Karuna,
day.
smile, the team smile. You're not even going to buy something. You just go and say hi to Karuna.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
And you end up
But
buying something. You come to say hi and
yeah,
you end
yeah,
up buying something. Always.
always, always, always. I second that. But and I love what is happening right here. I love the bouncing back from each other, but I do need to come back to the questions. Sorry. So
Yeah.
I would say that so the next question is actually open to both of you, and I will let you choose who wants to pop in first. But basically, what were the first three practical steps? Maybe there's more, maybe there's less. Steps that you each took when launching your business. And now that you've been in it for a while, is there anything you would have done differently?
You want to start, Karuna?
I won't mind. I'm
Go
normally the
ahead.
first one to unmute to unmute and speak.
Next one,
So
I'll start.
so practical steps. I would say the first thing was that there was that dream, and that I keep on talking and talking and talking about. And once there was really somebody who was here to listen to me, like I can see that this dream can actually become a reality. And so I started to write and plan about it. This is how
Nice.
it went, and this is how it goes. And even the idea of, as you know, Could started on Facebook and Instagram, and even to take a shop like 5 years ago, um, like this was really like something I didn't know would happen. And even having two shops like was not even in the dream. Like it just keep on coming and coming. Like I keep on nourishing the little dream that I had. And so if I had knew like how it had been growing and like before, I would say I would be more organized. But even though when sometimes I'm well organized to do and plan stuff, sometimes it doesn't happen. Maybe go with the flow and keep on my daily planning, and dedication to the brand would just make it what it is today. So I don't stress out anymore regarding what could have been. It's just there.
Thank you, Karuna. Sarah?
Welcome.
I think your last sentence sums up what do I think about that. There's no, I was talking to you about that earlier. There's no major steps I did. I was 16. The only thing was like the big step, finding a good name for the Facebook page. Um, and then came Instagram. No basic steps as such, no major steps as such, but and I think throughout the years, the Facebook page will soon turn about 10 years, I think, but the business itself will soon turn 8. Um, Maybe what I would suggest and what will help other entrepreneur or entrepreneur to be is we are not enough conscious of the steps. Many people want to be entrepreneur today. There are no like clear training or clear information when you go and you do like your paperwork to open a business. They should like be, according to me, a training that okay, then next day you come for a training and tell you step by step all the schemes, all the things that are required, all the paperwork. I think I did lack a lot of that because, but I won't say I regret, or I won't say, oh, Sarah, you should have done that or that. I won't be too hard on myself because I know I was 16 or 18 at that time. I just came out of college, so it's okay. Things happen for a reason. Still today, I'm still getting some of the steps in the company messed up because I'm not enough organized, or I'm not enough aware of this or that paperwork. But where I am today, there's nothing. If I could go back to, I would change absolutely nothing because I am happy where I am, and I think that that spontaneous spark, as Karuna said, because I am not well organized too in my work, but I think that this it is my spontaneous spark that fuels up the company.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. And
Can
I
I
would
can I
say
share
that,
something?
yeah, go ahead, Karuna.
So just to add, with the AfriTech Fellowship, we did our assignment, like the final assignment was on do we really have a business culture in Mauritius? And we have been doing research on different like financial levels and education levels. And what we noticed, there was two basic reason why people don't do business. It was firstly because of confidence. They are not confident enough to make it in the society. And secondly was the financial constraint. They just fear of the risk of not making it. And these two factors are so simple. And confidence, I think, is the one that you had at 16 years old to make it happen. And there's no price to it.
Craziness and confidence. Craziness had to follow too.
Craziness you got. You
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely say that she definitely had the confidence. I will say that. But also I love asking people this question because more often than none, people always tell me actually, I would change nothing because I'm here. I'm who I am because of what happened, and I like this because very few people, as I said, very few people will say, I would have changed this and that. But with the ifs, we change the whole world. So with all those things that we wanted to change, we maybe would not have been the person that we are today. So I'm very glad that both of you actually embrace those years back. And I know it has not I know that it hasn't always been a perfect little journey, but I'm very happy to see that you've enjoyed and at least embrace all that it brought you. And I would like to say as well that one thing that I wanted to say, I realized that I didn't say at the beginning.
Sorry.
Yes,
Could have been
Karuna
mentioned.
Karuna is actually an alumni of the AfriTech Fellowship, which I completely forgot to say. She was on the second cohort of the AfriTech Fellowship, and it was actually a very interesting research that you did. And I actually forgot that there was this part, but yes, confidence and I think there's also this aspect of what people will say, like being bold enough to go against what people will say. Because I remember when we were in school, when Sarah was doing her decorations, sometimes we were like, "Oh my God, Sarah!" I will have to say it in Creole. We were like, and then and she was
It's a
like,
bit,
"Well,
yeah.
guys, I need to have my pocket money." And that's the thing for me is like she already had that businesswoman mindset when we were still being like, "Mom, Dad, can you give me money?" She wanted to be independent, and she had this confidence, like you say. So it's very fun, actually, and looking back at this and thinking how you already had this back then. And thank you, Kauna, for saying that, for sharing this part of the research that you did. I think it's very interesting for people to realize it as well, because sometimes people are just, people will complain about, yes, this youth is doing nothing. They don't want to do anything, but they don't realize that sometimes saying that is what make them more scared to actually go for it. So thank you for sharing that. Um,
Welcome.
I will now turn back to you, Sarah. And I mean, initially I said that you run two businesses, but I know so it's two department within one business, which
Yep,
is
yep.
Evénementiel and Multibase, which is two branches of Decobase. So
Exactly.
I would say that it's a lot to handle, I'm guessing, and it's very hands-on and creative. So how do you manage your time and energy between them, and what systems or mindset help you keep things balanced?
Honestly, after 8 years is not that demanding as it was. Like I today can manage to have like weekends or day off or stuff like that. Physically, mentally, I'm still at work.
Yeah.
I am 200%. Any entrepreneur does feel that way,
Yeah.
but as it was at the time during the beginnings when I was building it up. I had like I gave tuitions, I worked in a preschool, I had decobas, I was studying at the same time. I gave lessons to kids at Bamboo, holistic tuition courses. So I was doing like five things at the same time for about 2 or 3 years. I
Mm-hmm.
have absolutely no clue how I was doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely no clue. But I did it. I don't have any secret for that. I wish I had. I think what did fuel me was ambition and
Mm-hmm.
passion. Like
And
those two
curiosity, I
things.
would say maybe.
Maybe. Today I'm thinking back at it. I was like, "She, how did I do that?"
Yeah.
But it happened. Today, I think I'm so incredibly grateful for the team that I do have. I wouldn't have been able to achieve so much without them by my side. That much without them by my side. Um, so they are the one who helped me to balance it, and being well surrounded, because when you're well surrounded, when you have people that do encourage you and who are deeply there for you, you want to have the time you want to find the time to spend with them and thank them for that. So when you have like a goal, okay, I need to have a free time for this and that, this is what encourage you and gives you a goal to, okay, I need to balance my whole work life. My how I have been able to do it was to have an incredible team by my side, and I think set the goals. Um, I didn't give up. I studied for 6 years on a part-time basis. It was hard. I wanted to give up because at the end I knew I wouldn't have been promoted. My salary wouldn't have been increased or nothing like that. But I just didn't give up. And now it's done. And I know I have some free time left for me. So yeah, that's it. Just go with the flow and keep your eye to your goal.
Thank you, Sarah. And thank you for sharing this, but mainly being real about it and authentic, just as I know you. Thank you for being just you, because I have been to a talk, I think 2 or 3 years ago, where someone who is a big CEO of a space, I don't even remember her name, or I don't even remember what space she's the CEO of. But she was saying something like, so if you want to be able to be successful and do things, then you need to forget about all the pleasures. You need to forget about watching TV, forget about spending time with your family, forget about going and doing your nails. And I remember I was sitting in that room and I was listening to her and I was like, what? What do you mean? Should I just forget being myself? But the thing is that it, just like you said, it will take time to kind of adapt and like try to make sure how you can give time to all those different things. But it is possible, and I think it's important for the world to hear people like you saying that it is possible. It's not necessarily easy, but it is possible. And you were saying earlier that you had the ambition, and I would say you had the drive. You had the drive within you, and you knew what you wanted. And even today, you were saying that you are recognizing that you did not do it alone. You had your support system, you had people around you pushing you towards that dream. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy that you are choosing to showcase this and not being like, it was completely horrible. I didn't know what to do. And so thank you for sharing this true story of you and how you became who you are, and how you still growing every day. So thank you for that, Sarah.
Pleasure.
Um, Karuna, I will say that I think we've kind of touched on this topic at the beginning. And for me, I would say I had this feeling when I was writing this question. It was that your clothing line speaks to people on a personal level. And it's true, because for me, it does speak to me on a personal level. And Sarah kind of said that at the beginning. And I would like to say, what's one piece of feedback or story from a customer that really moved you or reminded you why you started that brand or that journey in that business?
There's actually a lot. So at the beginning, before I really jump into the shop and everything else, when you start doing it and like you think it's gonna work like very well, everything's gonna be fine, and it's really not like that. Like it takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and you lose this motivation. And I was sitting alone here on my desk, looking at the door in my Rosil shop, and nobody was walking in, and I would say, what did I do wrong? And it was that blank, and you feel demotivated. You feel that something is you did something bad, like you need to redo your career. Like you think a lot, and then you just pause on that moment of why you started, and people would keep on talking. And one person, like, he told me, do you think that Kopiali is a joke, because we really believe in this brand, like growing like bigger. And this is like one sentence that really pushed me a little motivated, but by what is happening right now. So you keep on moving. There's tomorrow, there's the next hour, there's the next minute, something gonna happen, but we need to make it happen. Like, post something on your page, do a sketch, look for new fabric. There's so many things that we can do. And this is the one phrase that really pushed me at the beginning. But now it's like everyday stories of why people come to the brand. And there is actually one story where a lady in England, she didn't know the brand, she didn't know who was behind it. She just bought one of our t-shirts in a thrift shop in England. And she looked for us by our tag. She has been looking for us. She contacted us, and she actually ordered from one of the stories that made me think people might not, they are amazed to know that this product is made here on an island far away in the Indian Ocean. It's basically a dot. Like, to be able to touch that person there, that was a win for me. So there's still hope to get there, which is nice, which is like really selling our potential to a broader world.
Yeah, thank you,
I
Karuna.
have a lot of stories. I
Yeah,
can keep on.
I can imagine.
These are the only 2 stories that I'm going to tell tonight.
Yeah, I can imagine. And while you were saying that, I was thinking about, I was processing it at the same time that you were saying it. And I realized that I feel like I've met your brand before even meeting you. And that's very powerful because I realized that I actually saw a shirt. I remember the first shirt of you that I saw was Je speak Creole, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw it on a newspaper and I was like telling my mom, oh my God, that's a very nice shirt. And at the time, I didn't even know that it was a Kopiali shirt. I didn't even know what Kopiali was. And few years back, I that after that, I remember my brother was telling me about, so there's this brand selling this thing. And then so throughout those years, your brand was already walking all around me. I just didn't know you yet, but your brand was that powerful. So maybe sometimes you do not realize how much reach it has. And I'm very happy that this woman did like dig into it and come all the way to tell you like, hey, this I want more of this brand because she did not even realize how much of a treasure she found on this small little island of ours because that's what Kopiali is. And every time I'm traveling, I'm always like, Karuna, I need new shirts. I need something. I
The
need
United
something from
States of
home.
Africa t-shirt.
Yeah, I want shirts because I need to showcase our island. And every time I leave from where I travel to, I always leave a t-shirt with somebody else, actually because I want them to
Yeah.
keep it and make sure that they know that this is from Mauritius, made in Mauritius, from a Mauritian, and that's how powerful your brand is, and that's how powerful you are because you're the one who believed in it. And I think that's yeah, I think that's beautiful. And I'm sure there's a lot of stories. I mean, I mean, if we start telling stories, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them. But yeah,
And
thank you for sharing. Yeah, go ahead.
and also, it's crazy that you tell me that you give a t-shirt of Kopiali to your friends, like when you travel. I'm very big fan of omakame earrings. This is what I always do. Like people would tell me, I love your earrings, and I'll say, here you
You
go.
want it?
Take it. It's
Yeah.
priceless. And they would look for something to give to me, like in
Yeah,
return.
that's true. Yeah,
I
but
think
Like
I
if
get
you do
a
it to
very
everybody,
nice
it's good.
sentence, sorry, and that you can add in your shirt. Credits to Sarah. About Mauritius, made in Mauritius by a Mauritian. This sentence was very powerful. And
yeah,
Yeah.
someday you
yeah,
want
you
to have
know.
a Mauritian, you don't know what to write on your
Yeah.
shirt. Think about it. I'm here for the credits.
I mean, I mean, to be fair, small disclosure. Every time we meet for AfriTech, we are always telling Karuna, this is a new thing to put on shirts. Do it, do it. We are always telling her, you should do this one. What about this one? So I think that's nice, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of the t-shirts that you did came up from stories as well. And
Yeah.
so
Love.
that's
Love.
that's really cool. And
Yeah.
we already
People will
reaching.
say things. People will
Sorry.
share their experiences
Yeah.
and they would say the favorite slangs. They would say what keep on listening and listening and listening and thinking about this once there's one kind of creation to be made.
Hmm. I'm sure, and I'm sure there's going to be even more in the future, and I can't wait for it. So, I can't even believe that we've already reached the last question that I have for you both. And I don't know if anyone from here who wants to ask a question to our panelists, you can write it in the chat while I ask the last question, and or if you want to unmute yourself at the end, that's fine as well. So the last question that I have for both of you is, what does success look like for you today? And how has that definition evolved since you first started out? So I remember Sarah said she was going to go first next time. So Sarah, it's your time to shine.
Um, um, I don't know if when I started, I was starting it to think about success. I think when I started my business, the word success was not even in my mind. I was
Okay.
just but but you would say success. I think success is equal to being happy. I think
Hmm.
as long as I was happy doing it, there have been a lot of sacrifices, a lot of struggle, a lot of downs. This has not been la vie en rose, definitely not. Um, but I think I wanted to be happy, and today I still want to be very happy and blooming throughout my job. And how am I doing it? I don't think I've reached what I want to do. I think I will want to do more. I can do more, but I think I've reached that target of what you would say success and what I would say happiness is because though it might be very difficult every day, I miss parties. I missed some kind of stuff. I still say today, I need to ask for a day off, and people are like, you don't have to ask permission for it,
Hmm.
but yes, I do. I want to keep grounded, and this is what helps me. I still gave myself that I stick to one salary and all that. This is what helped. And sorry to go back to your question then. The Though it might be hard, as I said at the beginning of the week, I'm still so excited about what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Even though it will be, I will be stressed, I will cry, I will be all the emotions that you can imagine. I am
Mhm.
happy and excited to start my week. So I was happy when I started it. I'm still happy today. So yeah, just keep on being happy about it.
And I like seeing you happy.
Happy
So
to hear
thank you.
this.
Yeah. Happy looks good on you. So
Thank you.
so stay happy.
Keep
And
us
you
makeup on us.
go ahead, Karuna.
So when we talk about success, I really thought about this, big, huge businessman in costume and suiting up and being at banquet and conferences. But now it has changed. So a lot of people, when they introduce like the brand or introduce me, they will be the successful business woman, and I would say like I can see like how far my dream is and how high I would like to be. But like I say success, yeah, I would just say like I've reached somewhere and there's a lot more to come, and it is not defined by this suit up businessman at all. So it's like actually facing our everyday challenges and how do we tackle the situation at that time, and how we keep on growing, being creative, being fun, and still organizing and making things happen. So as far as this would be bubbling, I think I would keep on calling it success now. And else, if there's a blank, I think I would need vacation.
Yeah.
And
Bring me with you.
Yeah.
And also I really think that family time is also part of success. So having moments spent with my child is very important for me. So so having time to speak to him, to look at him, to play with him is a lot. And for
Yeah.
me, being able to make that is a big success. So there's a lot of what I think about success and how it changes. It has been evolving because when I started Kutpiadi, I was not a mom. And things like the reason why I'm going to work now is different.
Yeah.
And yeah, keep on running and being happy. I was Sarah would say. It's
Yeah.
also a big part of it.
Thank you, Karuna. And I think it's very true. Um, what both of you kind of touched on is happiness, but it's also how success is actually different for all of us. What is success to one person does not necessarily mean success to somebody else. And that's why I wanted to know what you personally thought success looked like. Because but one thing that I see that both of you have in common is that part of happiness, being happy doing what you do, remembering why you chose to do what you do, and still being like, huh, I made that good choice. Because at the end of the day, when everybody's gone, where I'm sitting at my desk and I'm doing this thing that maybe is the part of my work that I hate, I still tell myself that I'm doing that for all those fun part as well. And I think that's what's nice. That's what makes it all worth it. And I remember I always like, since I was a kid, for me, I would say success always was, I want to be happy and I want to be proud of the way I reached that happiness. And I feel like I'm very happy and proud to have women, amazing women like you guys in my community, where I can say, I guess this is something that is reachable, and this is something that is really true. And so thank you for that. Thank you for saying all that and for sharing with us and being authentic. I would like to say that when I said that I wanted to have both of you on this call, I told, just so you guys know on the call, for those of you who already know each of them, you know that they talk a lot. And I took on the challenge of trying to tell them, so you answer within 2 minutes, 1 minute, and both of them were like, Anga. 1 minute,
That's
2 minutes?
it.
Do you
Only
know
I
2
don't
minutes.
know about it.
And look at you. You see, you both told me I don't think it's possible. And yet you're showing us once again that everything is possible. So thank you for that. And I don't know if there is anyone who would like to add something or who would like to ask a question to one of our panelists or to both of them. You can also unmute yourself and share with us if you want.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Hello.
evening.
I'm Sholan.
Hi,
Hi.
Shalom.
Hello. And I just want to say to both of you that the talk was inspiring tonight. I know about
Take a breath.
I think
Ecobaz.
it's not Decobar, sorry, but I know more Karuna. And I feel it's very inspiring what I heard today. I say you keep hustling what you are doing, girls, and keep going, keep pushing, and that's what I want to share with you. And maybe this talk tonight will like me inspire me to find my way and be like you. So thank you very much for that talk.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charlene. And yeah, I mean, they inspired me. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, but I guess I'm gonna do something now. But yeah, I thank you. Thank you for sharing this. And I think one thing that both of you kind of said as well was how much support system and communities is important. Well, you didn't use necessarily those words, but you did say that people around you were very important. And I think that's very powerful. And that's one other thing that we want to do with the AfriTech Connect episode is showcasing women like you, people like you who have so much to bring to the community. And I hope that more people are going to see it out there. So we do have a comment from the chat. It's someone logging in from the AfriTech Fellowship. I'm not sure who it is on the team, but that person said, "Thank you for everything you shared. You are both such incredible women and me fier des autres." For those who don't speak English, listening, no, Creole, sorry. Oh, it's Vero. Okay. I'm just saying AfriTech Fellowship. That's why, sorry, Vero. I wasn't sure who was on as well. But yeah, so Mafia Dessert, proud of you. And thank you so much for being here with us today. So I don't know if our panelist has anything else to add before I close the call. Last comments, last tips,
Thank you,
information.
Anga, for being our incredible host tonight with a lot of patience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting the invitation, and you're welcome any other time. Hopefully, next time I'll give you a little bit more time. Maybe I'll just prepare one question for each, and then you'll get to spend the whole time just talking. And who knows, maybe next time it will be in person. So we'll see about that. Thank you all for joining us on this episode of the AfriTech Connect, and we hope today's discussion has been interesting to you all. If you missed the last episodes, I invite you to watch it on our YouTube channel called AfriTech Fellowship. And if you would like to watch all of the other sessions that we plan in the future, stay tuned on our social media platforms to learn more and join us for more empowering conversations. I would like to say a big thank you to both of the panelists tonight. So Sarah, thank you so much. And Karuna, thank you for being amazing panelist and amazing groundbreaking entrepreneur in the field every day. And I would like also to say thank you to each one of you who are present on this call, but also for you who are going to watch it on our YouTube channel later on. Until next time, keep innovating and embracing the spirit of exploration. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.